Are y'all freaking excited? Because Toyota has just launched their new Highlander battery electric. Now, this is a big deal because the Toyota Highlander is a truly fantastic family SUV. And for 2027, the new generation is battery electric. That is a big leap for Toyota. And there's some really good things right off the bat here. And I thought it's so funny because I was following this car a little bit, and I talked to Coleton, and Coleton owns a direct competitor to this car. He owns a Kia EV9, and he's like, this thing looks terrible. And I'm looking at this going, I think this thing looks great. So I can't wait to argue with Coleton about that. But right off the bat, I just want to walk everyone through a couple of the interesting tidbits of information on this car. And first of all, I think, let me just head over to that press release that I have here. The photos of this thing, I think it's a damn good looking vehicle. That is a good looking car. That's on the big wheels. Oh, God, let's scroll past that. Let's scroll past that. Oh no, let's scroll past that. And look at this thing. It's kind of got almost that Nissan new vibe to it. I know it's Toyota, but the Japanese have really been dialing in this like edgy styling. The interior looks pretty good. And there's actually some pretty reasonable specs right off the bat. Almost 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. The first Toyota I've ever seen with over a 300-mile range on a battery electric vehicle. And let's not forget, you are talking to the owner of multiple Toyota EVs here. I have like 9 of these things. They're all like old and crappy Gen 1 RAV4 EVs. I do have a Gen 2 RAV4 EV, but Coleton, initial impressions. This looks not bad to me.
No, I think you misinterpreted. I think this looks fantastic. I'm just curious. Toyota battery electric hasn't seemed to be like a term that goes together all that well with what we've seen from all of the stuff they've been doing. The key thing that I'm noticing here, we'll get into this later, like no battery route planning, all of that fun stuff. That's annoying.
Should we run through the main highlights? Our buddy Sawyer on X ran through like just kind of the big highlights right here. And it says it's the 2027 Highlander. No pricing yet, but our buddy Jordan, who has worked for Spec forever, actually has a video at his new job at KBB on this car. And we're going to leave that linked below so we can support Jordan over there. And he did a great job showcasing the space, first, second, and third row, went through the trim levels and tech. I learned quite a bit from his video, and that was really well done. So up to 320 miles of EPA rated range. That's probably big battery front wheel drive, if I had to guess, and small wheel. Mm-hmm. It's like 220 horsepower, 221 horsepower front wheel drive. That seems a little, and then 338 horsepower all wheel drive. What's funny is you can get more power on the smaller Toyota.
Yes.
Electric.
What is it? The Trail Seeker?
Seeker? Don't know.
Yeah.
It's like this. I'm getting the Uncharted and the Trail Seeker, the Subaru and the Toyota names all mixed up. It's like this whole wave of Toyota products, and they're all kind of meh launching at the same time.
Yes.
And it's just hard to keep track, really. So native Naxport assembled in Kentucky, 2 battery options, 77 kilowatt hours and 95.8. This is typically usable. This is interesting. Charges from 0% to 80% in around 30 minutes.
I think this is a typo on Sawyer's part. Everything else that I'm reading says 10 to 80 in 30 minutes. And interestingly, in Jordan's video, he said it was around there, but they're not giving peak speeds, anything like that. So that's a reasonable size battery pack there to do in 30 minutes, but it's not class leading. It's not super impressive. It just, I don't know. To me, it's showing Toyota's, interest in battery electric here. I think some of the specs are good. Some of the specs are, like you said, meh.
It's about 10 minutes longer than it should be for its competitive segment. I think, in the 3-row electric SUV, which is kind of our world we've been covering forever, most of the options are the luxury options, the EX90, Vistic, R1S, EQS SUV, the list goes on. But the real consumer-friendly oriented options are what we've had a lot of interest in, and that's EV9 and IONIQ 9. And they've just been in this eGMP world of their own, where there was no real competition in that sort of under $70,000 electric 3-row. And now, other than ID Buzz, but that really wasn't a great road tripper. Cool car, though. Now we're seeing like the Highlander come in with there's nothing here that's like that terrible, because most people will charge at home. I mean, just like Rivian R2 that we've been talking about, around 30 minutes deserves no praise, deserves no credit, but it's not like a reason not to buy the vehicle unless you're going to be road tripping it a ton. Continuing on, it has a battery preconditioning feature. Welcome to 2012. There's a 14-inch center screen and a 12.3-inch driver's display. We'll have to see how the software is on this. It's got to have all the new stuff from like the new RAV4, which is actually better, way better than Toyotas have been in the past. Seats up to 7, although I believe most of them will probably be 6-seat with captain. So that's very similar to EV9 Coleton. 45 cubic feet of storage with the rear seats folded. Vehicle to load, we don't know from which ports with how much power. We've discussed the power output of the vehicle. Standard heated front seats, available ventilated front seats, and heated second row. Okay. Available fixed glass panoramic roof. Definitely would be boring if you didn't get the glass roof. Optional head-up display. 2 wireless phone chargers that looked awful in Jordan's review. Those looked like the worst, like makes the Rivian wireless phone chargers look amazing. The big deal to me is the 18 cup holders.
Yes, that's a lot of cup holders. And my wife's sitting right over here. She's got an EV9, and we've got so many cup holders in that car. Every time I go to set a drink down in it, it's filled with something in there, like another assortment of cups. So I'd be curious to see if she could fill up 18 in this car.
I think we got to do a Jesse versus 18 cup holder video.
That'd be really funny.
Just like go through every drive-through and fill that thing out. That'd be so funny. Battery sourced in America from Toyota's newly opened battery assembly plant in Liberty, North Carolina.
Close to you.
Yep. Can't self-drive. Well, yes. No, we know that. Toyota Safety Sense 4.0. The SUV is just under 200 inches long. So this is a pretty sizable vehicle. 199 inches is a big car. And price to be announced later. 2 trims and so on and so forth. Back to the official press release. Go down here to the official specification. Oh, by the way, that's the interior. Looks great in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, I really like the driver display, not heads up display, but the one right in front of you there. Noticeably on, BZ4X. I always forget, what is BZ4X Toyota or is that Subaru?
No, that's Toyota, and it's now called BZ.
That's right. Yeah, the little display up there that you had to like do this sort of situation, I was not into. This looks really nice, actually.
Yeah, it does, and it's kind of got the like round gauge thing going on. Like it doesn't look like it's some weird science experiment. It looks normal, and so I'm happy to see that. This is the phone holder or the wireless phone charger. So you have your start button, your shifter, like auto hold. Toyota's famous for just like putting the buttons in all different kinds of places around the vehicle, but this looks like maybe the least offensive because a lot of it's now in the touchscreen. And if I zoom in here, you can see you have the digital controls for climate, but then also some physical ones right below there.
That almost looks like for media controls at the bottom.
No, I can see red and blue,
and
blue, volume, heated rear and side glass, and then front defrost.
Got it.
And then, I saw some like over-the-air software update functions, and obviously it's going to have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It's always the cop out when you can't make good software. You got to do that.
It's got the 992 shifter as well.
It does, has the bronze shifter.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Here's the grades. XLE and Limited. It's a very standard for Toyota, but only 2 trims. I think they're going to try and keep this one fairly basic from an offer structure because it could go great or it could go terrible on this car. That's one of those big question marks. Like, is the legacy of the BZ going to plague this, or is this truly going to be a great car? I will say, based off of Jordan's video initially, no EV route planning.
Yeah, that's a concern. It's not to say they couldn't do it with OTA in the upcoming, and this is going to be a while before we see these in dealerships, it sounds like. So fingers crossed they listen to reviews and they're like, hey, we actually need to get with 2015 here and have route planning on our vehicles. The thing though that really concerns me is even offering a front wheel drive option here in a 3-row electric SUV. Why?
I want to ask you about that in just one second, but on the CarPlay topic, the route planning topic, I spoke to Toyota yesterday because I was just in a conversation with them, and I was like, how can you launch a car in 2026? Because it was on like BZ Woodlands without EV route planning. And they're like, well, we have the Apple integration like Ford had. So like if you use Apple Maps, it gets you to charging stations at 10%. And then I was like, can it auto precondition the battery on the way? And they were like, we're not sure, but someone definitely does. And then I never heard back. To be fair, that was like a random Tuesday at midnight that I was chatting with them. But yeah, I got to reach out to them in like more of an official capacity and see what's up with all of that situation. Now, on the front wheel drive topic, here's what we got here. Front wheel drive, you only get the small battery, but a very, very reasonable 287 mile driving range from 77 kilowatt hours. That seems optimistic.
Yeah, I would agree. So what would that be? 287. I'm just trying to think about some efficiency numbers here.
Yeah, 287 divided by 77.
3.72. That seems rather optimistic there, brother.
There ain't no way that thing is getting 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour in normal highway driving.
No.
What do you think about what was your issue with the front wheel driveness?
Yeah, I mean, we've been having this discussion a little bit as we were talking about, R2 today when we were filming this. And, I think I've always really liked having primary drive axle in the rear. I think the car's NVH overall drive better when that's the case. We saw this in Cybertruck Cyber Beast, where it was front wheel drive, and the car just kind of feels nervous. You have the motor up front that is creating a lot of noise. It's pulling you along instead of pushing you along. I'm always a big fan of having it at the rear, and obviously putting a juicier motor at the rear, but it just feels functionally weird to have a front wheel drive, more prone car, if you will.
Yeah, I totally agree. Rear drive just feels more substantial. It feels more premium. It lets the front tires turn. And, is that going to matter for something like this? That is kind of the thing you do notice just driving around, though. Like having a rear drive car, you don't have all that noise from the inverter up front. It's just quieter to have it all in the back anyway. And the direct competitors to this car, the EV9 and IONIQ 9, are rear primary axle. And they're tuned really well, and they drive really well. So from a styling standpoint, Coleton, I actually think, let me just see if we can get any driving footage of this. Highlander reveal, interior reveal, B-roll. Can we play this? Can I play this? No. Gosh.
Technology.
Related. Images. I just... From my perspective, like this looks better than EV9 or IONIQ 9, at least up front to me, I think. I love the front end of this thing. And Toyota's media site being annoying.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice. They got that charge point wall unit right there.
You could put a Polestar badge on the front of that, and I would think it was legit a Polestar. It looks really, really nice.
Got USB-C ports everywhere. It's got, looks like pretty decent cargo space. It's got a nice little NACS connector in the front right, which is native for Tesla superchargers. It's probably a little bit far back for like version 3, the short cables, if I had to guess. But, by the time this car comes out, I think we're going to have more V4 dispensers that are out there. It's still going to be, 400 volt system architecture. And this is not going to blow anyone away from an EV spec standpoint. But what Toyota gets right is they have a couple of things. They have a huge loyal fan base for some reason, mostly due to reliability, and they just work. And you know what? Honestly, for as much crap as we've given the BZ, I don't hear about that many problems with them. That car is just so under stressed that at least maybe none of our viewers bought them, but
I think that's really the case.
Many issues with the BZ. So you got to give them credit on that. Distinctive design. Yes, it is. And, the charging and everything, it's going to be just fine. You're going to AC charge this thing most of the time. Watch it have a 32 amp onboard charger. They don't say, but whatever. It's not going to blow anyone away from it from an EV perspective. From a family perspective, though, it looks like it's very spacious, very roomy. Looks like a nice interior. This looks like minimum acceptability for software. Don't expect any major OTA stuff. You still got all these ugly buttons on the wheel. It's old school. And people like old school. They like familiar. And honestly, EV9 and IONIQ 9 have a bit of that old school vibe as well. Not to this level, though.
Yeah, I mean, the way I'm thinking about this car is, you're going to have, like you said, the loyal Toyota fan base. A family is going to walk in for their next Highlander, or they're coming from a RAV4, they're having another child. They walk into the dealership and they start looking at them and they go, "Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the electric Highlander." And then they drive it and they're like, "Wow, this is way better than a clackety 4-cylinder or whatever engine they have in the Highlander." And they're going to go, "Wow, this thing kind of fits our needs. Really nice, really comfortable, quiet." And I think that's where they're going to be selling a lot of these. I don't really see a lot of people seeking this car out necessarily. I think especially if you go, I haven't driven this thing, but it's my assumption you're probably going to go drive an EV9 or, something similar to that. I'm not sure why you choose this on paper other than it's a Toyota and has great reliability so far.
Is EV9 99.8 kilowatt hour usable?
Sure is.
And then IONIQ 9's
107?
111?
I can look here.
But it's bigger.
Yes, it is.
So they basically had the opportunity to benchmark EV9 for a really long time. And they had the opportunity to benchmark IONIQ 9 for a really long time, and then made the choice to just make it worse.
Yep. So it's 110.3 in IONIQ 9.
So it's 17 kilowatt hours smaller. Is this 93 or 97? 13?
It is, where is it here? 95.8. So 96.
Yeah.
14 kilowatt hours.
Yeah. That just seems, it seems fine if the price is in check.
Yes.
So if this thing comes in at under 50 grand, that would be a showstopper. If this thing comes in at under 60 grand, it'd be definitely let's take a look at this thing, especially for a top spec. If it comes in at around 70 grand, hell no.
I mean, I'm so far taken away from Toyota, to be honest. I mean, none of their stuff, to be totally frank, other than Supra and, the little GR Corolla thing really interests me. I have no idea what a Highlander even costs.
That's what I'm going to check right now. There's the new BZ Woodland. We've got to talk about that car at some point in the future too. I can't tell any of these apart. 45. Highlander 45. And it sounds like, I like how they call it a hybrid EV available. We really need someone just to join the team here at Out of Spec to just cover the brands we are not totally immersed in.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone's really a Toyota enthusiast, reach out to me. So what's a limited one of these? 50, top spec, 55. You think they're going to make this thing 10 grand more? Maybe. You don't think so?
I mean, maybe top trim they would. I don't know.
I mean, it's 50 grand for a limited, which is basically, what does this go? It's limited in XLE. They have so many different models here. So XLE 45, so it's like a $5,000 spread between the two. Doesn't seem like that much.
No, it's dude, I'm so pulled out of combustion car pricing and all of the trims and everything. It's so different.
I have no idea how they're going to price this thing. No one's going to buy it. They're all going to lease it for $699 a month. It will not lease that well, but it's not going to be that bad. I think they're just going to Toyota's really building out this EV stuff pretty well. If we go to electrified, I like how you go to electrified and there's here's a Tundra.
I-Force Max, baby.
A hybrid EV. I just want to see the real EVs. Oh, this is frustrating. What do they price their other EVs at? BZ starts at 34. Damn, that's pretty awesome. CHR 37. BZ Woodland 45. Okay, now this is going to paint the picture. So for the wagon BZ Woodland thing, which is a 2-row, 47. So this is going to be this has got to be at least 55 grand.
at least, but I think it topped out at 55 grand. So this is going to be a $60,000 car fully spec'd.
Yeah. 60 grand. I could see that. That's 10 grand less than an R1S. What's an IONIQ 9?
I mean, Hyundai Kia stuff gets expensive quick. Like I think our sticker on our EV9, we had a land all-wheel drive. It was 72 grand.
Yeah, they get way too expensive, but everyone leases them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The price on this thing. Calligraphy. That's fully spec'd. So this is going to be similar to the full spec-y one, I think. The limited. 71,000. Oh, the Highlander's got to be cheaper. And so then if it's going to be cheaper than that, then I think it's okay that it's got a little bit smaller of a battery and that it charges a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
And so if Toyota can really get the cost in check, if they can knock 10 grand off of this thing, they can really undercut it, like that $60,000 price. That could be a real freaking heater right there. That could be a great car, dude.
Well, I mean, think about it at that price point. I mean, IONIQ 9, EV9 have always been, the budget economy options in 3-row electric land. This thing could come in and actually really take a lot of sales now that I'm thinking about it, depending on price. I mean, if they price this thing outrageously, it's not going to sell. But if they come in at a reasonable price, I don't see why this couldn't do decently well.
I mean, yeah, looks great. Jordan's video was pretty good. I just was texting him about it. He's like, oh, I'm still at the launch event, so sorry, but he was going to join for the podcast. Captain's chair, 6-seat. You're a captain's chairs guy. What do you think?
Big captain chairs guy, because the boys love laying in the center tunnel. I have 2 golden retrievers. They love just laying in the middle there. They're really comfy, and then they'll each sit in their respective captain seats back there and just have the time of their life.
Yeah, so you got wireless charging, USB, ambient color, heated seats, all standard. Heated seats should be, of course, like no-brainer standard. Ventilated seats should also just be standard.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the new Highlander. I mean, I kind of think it's kind of cool. Here's some nerd stuff for us. It is compatible with thousands of level 3 DC chargers. I hate the level 3 thing. It's capable of charging 10 to 80 in around 30 minutes. So Sawyer's thing was a
typo.
Yeah. Also have level 1 and level 2 AC, but it doesn't tell us the onboard charger capacity. A battery preconditioning feature is also equipped. You need an active Drive Connect trial or subscription. 5G network dependent. So, okay, that's probably for routing to a DC charger, I would guess.
Also has plug-in charge.
Yep. And the BZ does today as well on superchargers. This system is designed to bring the battery to an optimal temperature for DC fast charging, which can enable faster charging. It could. This feature can be activated manually using system settings or be automatically activated through an active Drive Connect trial or subscription by setting the navigation system to a fast charging station. It will also have plug-in charge. You need a remote Connect trial or subscription.
Just like Kia Hyundai.
Yeah. An industry standard protocol that allows plug-in charge. We all know what that is. Advanced technology. It has 5G network connectivity, just like everything else. My cell phone. Paired with the touchscreen display, the Toyota audio multimedia system will provide customers with choice thanks to standard CarPlay and Android Auto wireless capability and simultaneous dual Bluetooth phone connectivity. That's interesting. Has a built-in dash cam. That's cool.
Yeah, I did like that. Jordan was talking about that. That'd be nice to see in a lot more cars, honestly, because that's an underrated feature that Tesla kind of pioneered with Sentry mode.
Integrated Spotify. They sold me. That's all I need in the car. I mean, it's going to have lane centering, right? Standard wherever you go. It's got Spotify now. It's got NACS. It's got AC charging, then the occasional, reasonably poor DC fast charging, but whatever. Better than first gen BZ4X.
That's not saying a lot.
I mean, that's a low bar. but they kind of are. They like kind of are engineering for the lowest possible denominator here. But like, seems okay. I don't know what. I don't know. Is this learning about it? Has this opened up you to the car a little bit?
Yeah, I think thinking through it a little bit more. I mean, honestly, I watched Jordan's video and I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. Like it didn't do anything for me. I would not really go search this out. Again, I think it's one of those things, this car for us nerds doesn't really make a ton of sense. I really like a lot of the things with EGMP on, our EV9, stuff like that. My wife absolutely loves the EV9. But I think this is honestly going to be a great little family car. Again, as you said, if they keep the price in check, this could actually be a very viable option for a lot of people.
Can we just run through the acronyms really quick? This has PCS with PD, DRCC, LDA with SA, AHB, LTA, RSA, PDA, VSC, TRAC, EBD, BA, ABS, SST, PKSB, TPMS, and that's it.
They're like Porsche.
That's the most insane pile of BS. Why are they trying to convince people to use these acronyms?
That's tricky. Do you see in the low trim spec, it only has 6 speakers and a 3-row SUV?
Yes, and then 11 with the JBL. Yeah,
Wow,
6
speakers. Is not
speakers.
a lot.
Could be 6 really good speakers.
That's true.
You never know. 11. I mean, it's got drive
There you
recorder as standard. Oh, 11 kilowatt onboard AC charger. Hey, it's 48 amp.
Amazing.
Welcome, Toyota. That's amazing. It's got Toyota Safety Sense 4.0, which is honestly pretty good. The limited grade gives you traffic jam assist, but then it doesn't say TJA. They're missing that here. So, and it doesn't. It has the panoramic view monitor, the PVM. Gotta have that.
And LCA.
Side view mirrors with memory and reverse tilt. Why is reverse tilt on the limited grade?
Gosh, that's so weird.
Ventilated seats, heat in second row, rear sunshades, advanced park. It's got everything you would want. And so you can only get the 7-seat in the XLE all-wheel drive. So that's big battery, right? XLE all-wheel drive. Oh, you can get that small or big battery.
So just in the lower trim, which is similar to what IONIQ, or actually I think only EV9 and IONIQ 9 do. Top trims don't get bench.
Yeah, must be some weight limitation perhaps. Oh, you get your normal factory scheduled maintenance for 1 year, 10,000 miles.
What do you maintenance?
Put
wiper fluid in
it. Yeah.
Bring it in.
All right. So final thoughts. Love it. Actually, I think this is cool. Like Toyota, look, we have low expectations, so I'm getting excited for them. I think that's a fantastic design for a Highlander that used to look like this. That was the old ones. Look at this.
The new ones, those don't look too bad.
Yeah. You just know that like it's a Karen driving one of those things. It always is.
And all of our viewers just left.
It's 12:25 a.m. and we're having to talk about a Toyota Highlander.
Yep.
But I'm excited for it. I think I'm going to turn into Mr. Toyota Highlander over here.
Okay. Mr. Toyota. This would be what, your 9th Toyota you own?
Something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm close.
Yeah.
Close to it.
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't, it doesn't like, I'm not going to go walk to the dealership and like go check one out. But like if one pops up at my shop sometime, like, hey, cool, this is neat.
I am very excited for this. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Highlander, IONIQ 9, or EV9. Where do you stand on that? After all of this, if this can come in 10 grand under the others, I'm Highlander all day long. If it's 5 grand under equivalent comparable spec, big battery to big battery, I'd probably go EV9, IONIQ 9. That EGMP. Honestly, reliability has been a problem for EGMP. 12 volts, ICCUs, battery failures. They're not having an easy go of it. I might actually, but then the rear bias sells me, that rear powertrain. They drive great, the EV9 and IONIQ 9. Yeah, I think it's got to be the cheap option, and it looks like design-wise they freaking nailed this thing. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know what y'all think at home. See you another one again soon. Bye.